Thank you very much. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This one taken just inside the 10. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback. They'll start by running the option to the right. Space to maneuver at the 40. The 40. 30. 10. Touchdown, Cowboys. It's their quarterback. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. The first play from scrimmage. Some of these people haven't even taken their seat.
That's what is commonly known as a fast start. That's what my horse racing friends would say. They caught a flyer out of the gate, and guess what? They're in the lead now.
Dan Bailey now for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys. I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. One play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one taken from the 7. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. So out comes the Redskins offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by a guy who's moved around a bit in his career already. Out of the University of Texas, it's Colt McCoy.
And coming off of an early season open week. And in this situation, what he told us when we sat down with him was he spent a lot of time working on fundamentals, kind of getting back to basics during that time, as opposed to having to worry about healing up or resting up. It's too early in the season. Get back to the basics, get his game going again.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and it'll bring up a second down. Offensive starters time, Charles, for the Washington Redskins.
Let's look at Josh Dotson, the wide receiver out of TCU. Grew up in Fort Worth. His mom works at the university as a vice president. He actually went to Wyoming first, transferred back to TCU. And, boy, is he a high flyer. Throw it up in the air, he'll go up and get it.
Here we go now.
To throw on second down, McCoy. And a quick throw here, that's complete. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A big play there on the catch and run. 64 yards.
Coaches really don't care from what position they get this, but run after the catch ability, rack ability, is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. Here's McCoy. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Josh Dotson, and that'll bring up second down. Such a solid defensive effort a week ago, and they'll be looking to carry that forward into this one.
And confidence grows. Every time you have a great performance, you think the next one's going to be even better. That's where this defense is today.
Second down following the incompletion. His way into the end zone for a Redskin touchdown. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Redskins are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Well, go ahead and strap in, partner. Less than 2 minutes in, had the score on the one side. A quick answer, though, to get the equalizer.
Sometimes you get that sense of urgency that ratchets up, right? When you give up an early touchdown like that, you just know you're like, okay, how do we go back and equalize things? Can we get it done fast? And they absolutely did. Essentially, we're back to even, aren't we?
A drive there of just 4 plays. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Fairly short kick, taking it to 14 here. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They establish the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
2nd down now after the incompletion.
Let's go, D. It's going to be a long day off this. It's going to be a long day. All right, here we go. Green.
Throwing again. Shelton. And a big loss here as he's taken down. He didn't get rid of the football there, took the sack, although that's easier said than done. He can't just chuck the thing sideways into the seats.
No, he really can't because you're not afforded total protection as a quarterback. You have to get outside of the tackle boxes as defined by the NFL, meaning wherever your tackles operate normally, get outside of that, and the ball that you throw has to get back to at least the line of scrimmage. Otherwise, you're facing intentional grounding call.
So it's 3rd and long, and defensively, not a real surprise there in the dime. Back to throw. Shelton. Able to slither by. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Give him 7 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. And he punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. The Redskins offense now, they head back onto the field. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
On 1st down, they'll run it on the draw play. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. McCoy. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field, and they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked so well, and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. And here is the Redskin defense.
You want to make a cornerback better? Get him a safety that patrols the middle of the field. And DJ Swearinger, coming over from Arizona, will do exactly that for Washington. If you play aggressive man-to-man and someone gets free, Swearinger will police the middle of the field with well-timed tackles.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
From the gun, Shelton. Spins by, and he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. And, Charles, a couple extra defensive backs in here on 3rd and 1.
Not expecting them to run it at all.
Let's go. Blue 90.
Operating from the gun, Shelton, and he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
On 3rd and 1, I think everyone in the stadium thought they'd try and run the football there, but they tried to surprise the defense and hit something through the air. Instead, it results in an incompletion.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. Out comes the Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. And he'll give it here to his running back. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll power his way up near the 25. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the 1st down marker, and now it's 3rd down. Now McCoy. And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a 1st down. Instead, it's 4th.
Partner's not just a little slot receivers get a little trepidation going across the middle. Even the big guys, even guys like a tight end, they got a little concern going across there, going through the briar patch.
Maybe hearing some footsteps, getting a little gator arm. And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Here's the Dallas offense now, heading back out onto the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Really held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
Looking to throw. Shelton. And this is incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
So a 3rd and 9 and 6 defensive backs out there in the dime.
Patrolling the passing lanes.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
From the gun, Shelton. And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. Matt Ioannidis in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Off the play fake, McCoy. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Let's see what the offense comes with here. 2nd and 8. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd. Operating from the gun, McCoy. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
Here's Tressway now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And before the punt, time is going to run out on this first quarter. 7-all is the score. We'll return after this message. You're watching the NFL, and it's right here on EA Sports. Back live, Charles Davis to my right. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Redskin football to begin quarter number 2. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. here come the Cowboys. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
And that'll be incomplete. Second down here after the incomplete pass. To throw again. Shelton dances by him. Lucky there just to avoid the safety. Able to fight through the tackle, but still backed up near the goal line. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a third down. The Cowboys on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 9.
All right, here we go.
To throw from his end zone. Shelton. And he is not going to get away. The rush was too strong, and this is going to wind up a safety. So troubles here offensively. I tell you, the noise in this dome, that has got to make it harder for these guys to hear.
Sometimes I find myself shouting up here. But you're right. If you can't communicate well or get off the snap count properly, it can cause big problems, and this qualifies as a big problem.
So after that safety, now a free kick situation forthcoming as they punt it away from the 20. And it's fielded at the 34. Now the ball comes loose. And it's picked up by the Cowboys. The 20, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. So they need to determine if that knee was down before the ball was coughed up.
And they also wanted to make sure that the ball was possessed as they were going through it, that the ball wasn't working its way free before the knee hit the ground.
They run the counter now on first down. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
To throw on second down. McCoy throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work, and that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a first down.
First down, McCoy. And a big loss here as he's taken down. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to be knocked flat on his back. Oh, a big hit right there around the 35-yard line. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on third down. From the gun, McCoy. And that is incomplete. Here's Tressway now, standing right around the midfield stripe. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground. But that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward. They'll run it now with Smith. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. And when you're running the football, one thing you don't want to see is a big boy coming up there to swallow you whole in those D tackles and nose tackles.
No, you're actually counting on your big boys to protect you from them. But on that play, the defensive tackle had the leverage, and he won the battle. No gain, correct?
No gain. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Lindsey. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. They'll run the option right here on first down. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. 6 yards there on the keeper. It's second down.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it. And while he didn't get a first down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
All right, here we go. Boom, landed.
On 1st and 10, Shelton. And now a fumble. The ball's out, and the Redskins scoop it. And some space here. There he goes, left side. And he will score. Touchdown, Washington. Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
On is Hopkins now for the extra point. And that makes it a 9-point game. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This will be taken about the 12. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? His throw incomplete.
The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch, but underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back and get it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I know from an offensive perspective, you want every play to be a big play. But sometimes the defense actually wins, and they did there on that draw play. Good job by the runner just taking care of the football because he didn't want to compound a bad play by turning it over.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Washington offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes the better punter may actually determine the outcome.
It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll be a 2nd down. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Larry Ridley in Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Looking to throw on 2nd down. McCoy. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. On 3rd down, that's Stevens, and they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. Here's Tressway now, standing just outside his own goal line. And a fair catch taken here right at about the 40-yard line. And they call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. Ryan Switzer, the one he was looking for, and that'll bring up second down. So the incomplete pass brings up second down.
What's left? What's left? Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
Throwing again. Shelton. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Brown. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Throwing on first down. Shelton. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, second down.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver. Set. Green, 39.
To throw again. Shelton. Room here to run. They'll give him 8 on the play, and they're going to have a third down. The Cowboys on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. Here it's 3rd and 2.
All right, here we go. Boom, landed.
Operating from the gun. Shelton. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line. And tough starting field position here.
Detroit!
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
And that run there does nothing but juice up the guys who are moving the football. I mean, if you're an offensive lineman, people running it, actually the guy calling plays, you're almost jumping up and down in jubilation, aren't you?
And now you've got options on 2nd down.
And big-time options. You might want to think about play action and try and get something cheap right here over the top.
So we have come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Redskins who have the lead here. As we send you over to our headquarters in Orlando, where we check in with Larry Ridley for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, back to you guys in a minute. But first, it's indeed time for our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Cowboys trail at home at halftime. The Redskins have looked good on the road and will just try to keep the ball rolling in the second half. So let's take a look at the highlights from the first half. Redskins with the football early in the first. Stevens has got it on the run. He'll go for the score, as that evens the score at 7-7. Redskins now late in the second. Wallace is going to take down the QB here. This ends up as a huge loss in yardage. That'll do it from here in Orlando. Let's get you back out to Dallas as we hand things over to Brandon Guy.
This will be taken about the 12. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
And they're 6 yards away from picking up the first here on second down. And they give this time to the tailback. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down. The Redskins on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Back to throw. McCoy. Over the middle, complete. It's Brock. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
On first down, McCoy. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. To throw on second down, McCoy. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
The Redskins on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, McCoy. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Tressway now as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out if that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. Looking to throw on second down. Shelton. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
In the early days of the NFL, you could easily blame these drops on maybe some uneven or uncertain lighting in a stadium. Not anymore. The lights are pretty good.
Yeah, they're great here at night, but his second drop, indeed, not a good look. Throwing on 3rd and long. Shelton. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. Out now comes the Cowboys punter, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. Ooh, with a juke. And now running right through it. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, he didn't make headway on that one, but he's had plenty of carries all night long. I just wonder if maybe he's a little bit tired from toting the rock that much.
And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9. The Redskins on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Looking to throw. McCoy. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Now they'll run the option to the short side left. Gets and he coughed it up. But I believe a Cowboy was there to get it. He was, and Dallas will maintain possession. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he probably should have given that one off, as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line.
Well, they have had success when he keeps the ball in the option, but not there. I mean, you just saw exactly why many old NFL coaches would say, don't use your quarterback in the running game.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. That'll bring up 3rd and 8.
Well, partner, they've been running it well the entire game, and the big guys up front, they're a huge reason why. And now they're reaping the benefits as they continue to open up big holes and gain nice yardage.
Here we go now.
To throw on 3rd down, Shelton. Throw left side complete. That's Lindsey. Touchdown, Cowboys. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cowboys draw a bit closer. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers. That meant fly route, go. Look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And it's good. It cuts it to 2. 16-14 our score. So the drive there, 5 plays, 80 yards. And it culminates in a Dallas touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one taken from the 7. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them. Whoosh!
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice gain.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
To throw on 2nd down. McCoy. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. Our first carry for Samaje Perine. And past the 30 down to about the 27. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But if the strong safety position end up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a good one so far. Just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. They run a draw here on 2nd down. And only a yard this this time as he's taken down right around the 26. The Redskins on third down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Brandon, unfortunately, I've been here before. They've had 2 opportunities to stop them, so this is demoralizing. They haven't gotten it done. Now you're calling all your blitzes, all your attack defenses, but you're not worried about playing your normal position. You're going to take chances now.
Well, you said it. 2 third down opportunities to get off the field. Couldn't do it, and the clock continues to roll. A great Monday night to wrap up the week in football. 2 division rivals and a great finish ahead as we come up on 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And a short gain here down to the 22. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
The Redskins on third down. They've converted a 1/3 of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 4. Now they'll run on the draw. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Great play there off the end. Question, Charles, in a 4-3, you hear about the D tackles a lot. What's the role of the ends?
What they want to do is control the edges of the defense. And you always hear about an offense talking about setting the edge in the running game. Well, the defense wants to do exactly the same thing. In the defensive end, often against an offensive tackle, sometimes a tight end, they can't let themselves get hooked and let a running back get outside, because if they do that, that hurts the integrity of the defense overall.
My man, the encyclopedia. So a good kick there, and they wrap up the drive by putting 3 on the board.
And you know, let's face it, you're not always going to come away with 6. Defense in the NFL are just too good. But you've got to come away with something. And there, they get 3.
Following the made field goal for 3, Hopkins now to kick it off. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
With that kind of run on first down, that's a winning type of a run. That just sets things up for them moving forward as they begin the drive.
They go back to the ground with Smith. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down.
Whether it's what we call an even front or an odd front, and an odd front's real easy to figure out. If that guy is lined up over the nose of the center, typically that's an odd front defense. Odd number of people, meaning 3-4 versus the 4-3, which is an even front. You've got to control those guys in the middle. Whether it's the nose or the 2 defensive tackles in a 4-man front, if those guys can't get moved, you cannot run the ball in the middle of the field. And in that play, they were able to actually take care of business.
15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. They go play action here on first down. And that is incomplete. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10. Throwing again. Shelton. And he rifles one incomplete. And counting the defense here, the Redskins have 6 defensive backs out there. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a 4th down now. So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears try to go for it on 4th.
Here we go now. 3-19.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense.
Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 28. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Lindsey. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's brought down. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
After those plays, the offense coordinator has to feel like he has balance in his favor. Threw it, then ran it, both for nice chunks of yardage. Now he feels like he's got things going in his direction, but the defensive coordinator, his guys are off balance a little bit. How does he set up, and what does he plan for in the next play? Is there a tendency there he can lock in on and maybe set his defensive call?
And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
And the offense will be looking to get at least some of this yardage back here. It's 2nd and 12.
Let's go!
Operating from the gun, Shelton. Over the middle, complete. That's Lindsey. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Let's go! Green!
From the gun, Shelton. Going to throw right side here, complete. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. On 1st and 10, Shelton. Open space inside the 10. That he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
When you're a great route runner, it makes you that much better as a receiver because now your quarterback trusts that you're going to be where he expects, and he's able to deliver the ball on time.
All right, so the Cowboys will go for 2 here. Operating from the gun, Shelton. And this one's caught. And their 4th quarter lead grows by a couple more. So they make the decision. They want a 3-point lead versus a 2-point lead, and they got it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, it seems like the exact right thing to do. Put a little pressure on your defense, but the biggest thing now is you're making the other team chase you.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. Oh, twisting away. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. And the interception that ended their previous drive, that might be one we look back on and say that was the turning point of this game.
Hey, partner, guess what? There's still time for a few more turning points in this ball game. They're only 1 score down.
Yeah, true. We could have some twists and turns. Stay tuned. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Fresh set of downs here. From the gun, McCoy. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Ten yards still left on 2nd down. To throw again, McCoy. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. Close there. He caught it, just wasn't able to stay in bounds.
And that's where the sideline, it was used as a 12th defender.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Got to be careful here. They need to move quickly, but it's also 4th. Now we've got whistles here before the snap. Was this on the Redskins? I think so.
False start, offense.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. Back to throw. McCoy. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. And after a rough start, as we take a peek at the numbers, he's going in the right direction now.
So often when you see a game start the way we saw this one start for him, you just wonder if he's got a chance to bring it back at all. And that's exactly what he's done. Love seeing that happen simply because you know a guy has struggled, and now he's found a way to make things better. That's pretty good stuff right there.
Wow, a personal foul at this stage in the fourth. Hard to believe.
Really hard to believe, and now that glow of hope that you had begins to flicker out, doesn't it?
Yep.
Here we go now.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. His throw caught right around the 6. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They'll come out in the pistol.
Let's go. Watch him now, Barney.
Here we go now with Smith. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Second and goal from the 1. On the ground, this is Smith. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Cowboys will extend their lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside at 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. They held them out on second down, and now here's third and goal. Again, we'll see the pistol here. On third down, it's Smith, and he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play, and that will bring up an interesting decision here on fourth and goal. Knock it through, and that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So give them 3 there. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they couldn't punch it in.
And credit this defense, too. That was the old bend but don't break approach, but it kept the offense out of the end zone.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. It's a short kick, taking it to 15. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. So out now come the Redskins. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better, and try and execute that on the way out the door and maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Clock running as the Redskins try to hurry up. And the spike comes with just 12 seconds left to go. The Redskins on third down. They've had a lot of chances, but not much success, converting only 3 times. This will be 3rd and 19. Looking to throw. McCoy. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. So after all of this, it comes down to one final play.
And just think of what it's going to be, because from this distance, you got to be prepared for everything. Hook and laterals, tip balls, you name it. A lot of laterals after a catch. Just got to be prepared, stay on your feet defensively, and tackle someone.
So down 6, and they know they need this one on 4th down. Back to throw. McCoy. He's going to let it. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And his guys are going to take it.